Pose even more of a problem for the Mod BP class that we'll see racing this half hour. These boats are larger and do not turn as sharp as the tunnel boats. It'll be especially hard to reach the high speeds necessary to overtake a competitor when the driver is constantly forced back off the throttle. Although Rusty Campbell has a nice lead in points for first position, with 547 more points than second place James Lloyd, the battle for third is very intense, with just 25 points separating Ted Gragouche from fourth place Alan Stoker. Andy Anderson is fifth in the race for points with 1,104 points. We're back in Winnipeg, where the drivers are preparing to race for points toward the coveted Bud Light Powerboat Series Championship title at the Players Limited Powerboat Championship. The drivers who'll be racing today are number 72, James Lloyd, number 27, Rusty Campbell, number 55, Alan Stoker, number 50, Glenn Reynolds, number 32, Ray Anderson, number 18, Andy Anderson, number 4, Lynn Simberger, number 5, Mark Smith, number 79, Robert Stanley, number 51, Richie Junker, and number 17, Ted Gragouche. Now let's join IOGP's on-site race announcer, Walt Yarborough, for the beginning of the race.
20 seconds, drivers, 20 seconds. And the white flag goes up over the head of Jeff Titus. Here at the Players Limited Powerboat Championship, down goes the flag, and here they come. It's number 72, James Lloyd. He's sat on the pole. He got a great start coming off. As he comes down to the inside, they go across the race course. They'll be heading down to turn number 1. And it's 27, Rusty Campbell, the reigning world champion. He's out in front, but on the inside of him, number 72, James Lloyd. James in the 5,000 Commercial Realty, and Freddie Hartman sponsored entry as they all get around and through the turns and head back down the front straightaway. Here they come through the right-hand turn. It's number 72, James Lloyd out in front, and number 50, Glenn Reynolds, the man out of Kingston, Tennessee, in the Mercury-powered Allison Hull in behind him. But it's number 72, James Lloyd, in the 5,000 Commercial Realty. Freddie Hartman out in front in his Mercury-powered Stoker Sport Tunnel. Then Glenn Reynolds, number 50. Then number 27, Rusty Campbell. Number 4, that is Lynn Simberger. And number 32 is the man from Madison, Tennessee, Mr. Raymond Anderson. There's number 79, the maintenance systems of Robert Stanley. Number 72, out in front, that's James Lloyd with number 50, Glenn Reynolds right in behind him. And there's number 27, the reigning world champion, Rusty Campbell. Rusty in the ARONOW Powerboats, Fred Bowden Racing, and the Golden Nugget Restaurant sponsored entry. And coming through on the inside is number 55, Alan Stoker. Stoker out of Trabuco Canyon, California. Number 72, James Lloyd. James in the all-maroon, Mercury-powered Stoker Sport Tunnel. The boat's 20 feet long, fiberglass in construction, 1,325 pounds. Boat motor and driver, minimum weight in the Mod VP class. Glenn Reynolds, number 50 in the true V-bottom, built by Allison. Then there's number 55, Alan Stoker in the Castleberry Food sponsor entry, and 27, Rusty Campbell down the inside. These are the modified VPs. You can see them tunneling air with these air-trapping hulls. They come down that front straightaway, side by side. Rusty Campbell and his nemesis for a number of years in the past is 55, Alan Stoker, as they drag race down to turn number 1. You see the Players Limited VIP boat there in the background. On the outside, 55, Alan Stoker. Look, he nearly hooks it up down that corner. Campbell's rushed through the spray of number 55, Alan Stoker, as Stoker takes it back down to the inside, and Campbell goes to the outside. Back to your leader, number 72, James Lloyd. As Lloyd takes it through that right-hand turn with number 50, Glenn Reynolds. Now, it's a true V-bottom. You see no air trap underneath that. That's a true fiberglass V-bottom. Allison Boats has won more races in fiberglass racing V-bottom than any other boat ever built. And Glenn Reynolds has come to prove the true V-bottom is still competitive here on the Mod VP circuit. He's sponsored this weekend by the Arthur Anderson Company.
We talked earlier to the leader, James Lloyd, about the advantages of racing a Stoker hull on this course.
It's, I feel the Stoker boat has a little advantage on this course because of the way the bottom is made, and the right turn doesn't hurt us as much as the other boats. So we're hoping that advantage is going to be what it takes to beat Rusty and the rest of them.
Number 72, James Lloyd, maintaining the airlift, the air traps underneath that boat, and is able to trap air and head down that front straightaway. It's able to lift the boat up and give it a lot of additional speed. But on this short 1 mile course, again, it's got that right-hand turn. These boats built and designed to only turn left. So that right-hand turn can be a real problem for them. And this short course does not allow these modified V-bottoms with the air traps underneath to get the normal speed on our regular course that we normally run of 1.25 miles to 1.33 miles. But James Lloyd has found the ticket this afternoon as he's able to accelerate out in front of the crowd and get out in front. He has begun to stretch his lead out rather substantially this early into the race. As Lloyd takes it off at turn number 4, here he heads up the front straightaway. There's number 50, Glenn Reynolds. He's got the true V-bottom. Again, no air traps underneath that one. He's able to slam it around those corners and run this tight course very, very well. There's number 27, Rusty Campbell. This is a strange spot for Campbell to be back in 4th position. This man used to running out in front. He's a 3-time world champion. And this young man, James Lloyd, well, he's begun to make it to the winner's circle this year. He's finished 2nd. He's finished 3rd. And now, for the first time ever on the Bud Light International Outboard Grand Prix circuit in a final event is number 72. James Lloyd takes it over, coming right down that back straightaway through that right-hander. He just trapped too much air underneath that boat, and he took it over upside down, 20 feet of fiberglass stoker, and he blew it completely over. There's the rescue of the Chattanooga Stars. They get over there very quickly. James Lloyd, a very upset young man, slams his hand on the side of the reinforced cockpit.
We'll be back with the restart of the Mod VP Final at the Players Limited Powerboat Championship. Race. 27, Rusty Campbell is within a rooster tail of number 50, Glenn Reynolds.
Number 50, Glenn Reynolds, continues to run. Now he has to pick his way through some of the slower back markers. And this is where the world champion, Rusty Campbell, could pick him off. Campbell goes out and across his wake and back down to the inside. As Campbell just keeps taking a wetting down. He takes a bath from Glenn Reynolds. He's in that close where all the spray off the back end of Glenn Reynolds' stainless steel propeller off the back of that Mercury motor is wetting him down in every corner. But Reynolds is able to maintain the speed, accelerate down this short half-mile, little less than a half-mile front straightaway. And sets up down here on turn number 1. And Campbell on the inside and Reynolds on the outside as Campbell again takes his chances down tight on the inside. As Campbell now trying to move up on him. He feels the pass is close. Somewhere soon. They cut through that right-hander. Look at the spray going into Rusty Campbell's face. And now they set it up again. This time Campbell's on the inside. He's got the acceleration. It's a drag race. They're setting up down towards turn number 3. And on the inside is Rusty Campbell. And as we go wide to the outside is number 50, Glenn Reynolds. And we've got a new leader, the reigning world champion, ARONOW Powerboats, Fred Bowden Racing, and the Golden Nugget Bar and Restaurant here in Winnipeg has taken over the lead, number 27, Rusty Campbell.
Rusty Campbell, completing lap 28, gets the white flag.
There is the white flag as he only denotes that he's only got 1 lap left to go. Glenn Reynolds still trying to get around Robert Stanley with 55, Alan Stoker in behind him. And Rusty Campbell now running on his white flag lap, knowing he has less than 1 lap to go here on the Monster Mile to take the victory at the Players Limited Powerboat Championship. He sets up in turn number 3, across very quickly to turn number 4. He'll come down this front straightaway, and the checkered flag will come out for the young man from Augusta, Georgia, running for Fred Bowden Racing, ARONOW Powerboats, and the Golden Nugget Restaurant. He's a 3-time world champion, number 27, Mr. Rusty Campbell.
Glenn Reynolds finishes 2nd, and Alan Stoker 3rd. Now let's hear from our winners.
Well, the last few laps when we finally got Glenn, I figured out after about 15 the way I was doing it wasn't going to work, and I tried something different. Was able to get to him, and lap traffic again played a part, but mainly I just had to get on the outside of him and use our superior handling and speed and just go right on by him.
It's getting rough in that, but we done pretty good. I'm satisfied with 2nd. That's the most laps ever led, and I'm okay.
With this win here, Rusty Campbell increases his points lead with 2,700 points. Alan Stoker with 1,694 points. James Lloyd has 1,653 points. Ted Gragouche has 1,394, and Lee Andy Anderson has 1,319 points. The 14 drivers who'll be racing today for points toward the coveted Bud Light Powerboat Series Championship title at the